We can use radio buttons to let the user to choose one option from a set of options. So first, let's create a mutable state. Let's give it a name pet. Let's use signal hook to create a state. Let's give it an initial value, an empty string. Let's create another mutable state. Let's change it to fruit. Also, we give it an empty string as the initial value. In div element, let's first create a h1 element to tell user to choose your pet. Then we will use input element to create a radio button. We will give it a type radio. Then we need to add a name attribute to specify the group for this radio button. Let's give it a group name pet. Then let's add on input event. Let's pass a closure. We will set the pet's state value to dog, the toString. So when user click this input radio button, it will set the dog value to this pet state. Then let's use label to add a label for this radio button. Let's give it a value content dog. Let's create another radio button. Also type is radio, and the name we also give it a pet. So these two radio buttons will be in the same group. And on input event, this time this input event we will set the pet's value to cat. And this label we will give it a content cat. Let's add another. Also type is radio, and the name is pet. So these three radio buttons will in one same group. And on input event, we will set the value to other. Label, we will give it a content other. Because these three radio buttons in one group, so user can only choose one in this group. Let's create another group of radio buttons. H1. Let's add a content to tell user to choose your fruit. Let's add a radio button. We use the input type is radio. Name, this time we will change the name to fruit. And on input event, we will set the fruit state value to apple. Label, we will change the content to apple. Let's add another radio button. Type is radio, name is fruit, and fruit on input event we will set a value to banana. Here label we will change it to banana. So because this two radio button name is fruit, so these two radio buttons will be in a same group. So we only can choose one from these two radio buttons. Let's also render the state pet's value. So here let's add a h1 element. Pet is pet. Here let's add a h1 element. Fruit is fruit. So let's start our server. Dioxus serve polite form web. Let's go to the web browser. Let's visit here. So you can see it will show a message choose your pet, and a pet first is an empty string. Here is 3 radio button. Let's choose this dog. So when we choose this dog, the pet value will become dog. Let's choose this cat. So this pet will be cat. Because these 3 radio buttons are in a same group, we only can choose one. And here is choose your fruit, and fruit initial value is an empty string. Here are 2 radio buttons for fruit, apple and banana. When we choose this apple button, it will show fruit is apple. Then let's choose this banana. When we choose this banana, it will show fruit is banana. And because these two radio buttons are in the same group, so we only can choose one from this group. And because these three and these two are not in the same group, so we can choose them in the same time. This is about radio buttons. Hope see you next time.